Hey everyone, me again. Today I wanted to do another foundation review for you. If you're new around here, I do quite a lot of drugstore foundation reviews for those with pale skin, so make sure you subscribe if that sounds like your cup of tea. Today I'm reviewing the Revolution Pro foundation drops in their palest shade, which is F1. I've also reviewed another two foundations from Revolution. I've reviewed their Camouflage foundation and their Fast Base Stick foundation, which I will leave the links to in the description box below if you want to watch those as well. This foundation is very reasonably priced, just like all the other Revolution products. It's only £7. That being said, you do only get 18ml of product in here, whereas most foundations these days tend to come with 30ml of product. That's just something to keep in mind. I do really like the shade range of this. It comes in 18 shades, which is very, very good for the drugstore. The packaging is quite sleek and quite pretty, and it looks really nice for the price. It has this droplet applicator thing, and I can see why they did that, because the texture of it is very thin. It's a very thin and lightweight liquidy product, so I can see why they put a dropper on it, but on the other hand, I'm kind of like, I just want to see a pump, you know? I just want Revolution to make a foundation that has a pump on it. Like, they've got a stick foundation, they've got the Camouflage foundation which has a squeezy tube, they're releasing a new foundation for the Conceal and Define range, which is just going to be a massive doe foot, and then they've got this, and like, I like the foundations from Revolution, but I want a pump. I just feel like you know where you stand with a pump. That's just my opinion on the packaging. I know a lot of people really like the kind of droplet thing at the moment, but just personally I think a pump would be a little bit more convenient for me. I'm going to cut to the footage of me putting this on now so that you can see how I like to apply it and just how it looks going on the skin. To start off with, I'm just going to put some primer on, and I'm going to be using the Nivea Daily Essentials Primer. This is one of my favourite primers for when I'm filming foundation reviews because, in all honesty, it doesn't really do anything. It's just a moisturising barrier between my skin and the foundation, so it doesn't affect the finish or the longevity. My skin is not looking or feeling its best at the moment by any means, but maybe that will actually work in my favour so we can really see how much this foundation actually covers. I don't mind foundations that have a dropper, I'm not really fond of the packaging on this one because it kind of gets a little bit stuck about there, and then you have to be quite firm when you pull it, and sometimes I lose a bit of foundation and it just flies off somewhere, but it's not too bad. I usually squeeze about a drop or two onto the back of my hand, and I can always add a bit more if I need to. I'm just going to dab it on half of my face. Now, for a lot of my foundation reviews recently, I've been using this brush from Primark. This is quite a dense brush, something like this or the Real Techniques Expert Face Brush or something, but for this particular foundation I much prefer a stippling brush. I feel like a dense brush really just kind of absorbs a lot of the product, so I'm just going to blend it in. I do like a stippling brush, but if I'm being honest, a lot of the time with this foundation I actually apply it with my fingers, and I know that people really freak out when someone applies foundation with their fingers in a video. I don't really understand why, because you put moisturiser and primer on with your fingers and no one bats an eyelid. But like, I've had some really horrible comments on some of my older videos when I've put foundation on with my fingers. With this formula, because it's so watery, it is quite easy to just tap it on with your fingers where you need it. I actually really like the coverage of this foundation. It doesn't cover everything, it's not full coverage, but it doesn't claim to be. But as you can see, compared to the side without the product on, it's really evened out my skin tone, and I've got quite a lot of redness, so I think it's done quite a reasonable job. I've still got spots peeking through, I've still got under eye circles. I'm definitely going to need to go in with concealer, but for just one layer of product, this is actually a really nice finish. I've noticed that the finish of the product tends to depend on what primer I use underneath, so if I use something quite moisturising or quite glowy, which is what I do most of the time because I've got dry skin, the product looks a little bit more dewy. But when I put on a pore controlling primer, it tends to go a little bit more matte, not completely, but just a little bit more. I would say that once it kind of sets on the skin, it dries to about a satin finish. It's definitely a lot more forgiving on my skin than a lot of my other droplet foundations. I like it a lot more than the NYX Control Drops, and I like it more than my Primark drop foundation as well. I'm just going to apply it to the other side using my fingertips. I have tried applying this with a sponge, but honestly I'm just not a big fan of the result. It really takes the level of coverage down quite a bit, and it absorbs a lot of the product. So you're going to be using more product and getting less coverage with a sponge. The finish is really nice, and I do like to kind of tap over it with a sponge once it's all applied on my face. But I don't like to apply it with a sponge kind of outright. I like to just use that as a finishing tool. I've got quite a few blemishes at the moment, and it's not going to get rid of them completely, but it will tone them down quite a lot. And that will really make a difference when I put my concealer on. So this is what the foundation looks like when applied with my fingers. I actually think the coverage is a lot better on this side. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it on camera, but like in real life it looks like the redness is reduced a lot more on this side. And also I used a lot less product as well, so personally I really like applying it with my fingers. I know a lot of people hate that, but if you're one of those people, then chill out, you know, you don't have to apply it with your fingers. You can use a stippling brush or whatever the hell else you want. I don't really care. This is just what I prefer. So what I usually do at this point is just get a damp sponge and I just kind of tap it and just go over where I've put the foundation, especially if I've used a stippling brush. And this just eliminates any streaks. And then I just use my finger and I tap more product where I need it, which is usually where I have areas of redness and spots and things like that. I can build this really easily over areas of redness, and it doesn't look really cakey or patchy when I do this. It builds really beautifully. And this is what it looks like once the foundation is all applied. And once you get the finished result, this is probably one of my favourite foundations that I own right now. But I do feel like because of the droplet applicator and because I prefer to apply it with my fingers, I do feel like it takes a little bit longer to apply than some of my other foundations where you can just pump out the product. That's just my personal opinion, and I do feel like it's worth the faff because the finish is really nice and I've been really enjoying wearing this. I've been wearing this foundation a few times now, and I've noticed every time I do that it doesn't quite set on its own. It's always got a little bit of, not dewiness, but it's always got a little bit of something kind of left on the skin. So this is one that I would set with a powder. That's what I've done today. I've actually filmed a get ready with me for this whole look, so if you do want to see how I did this look, I will leave the link to that video as well. But yeah, personally I like to set this foundation with a powder, and I find that it lasts much better when I do that. This doesn't claim to be the most long-lasting foundation in the world, but I actually find that this lasts really well on me. I've worn it in a couple of different like weather scenarios as well. When it was more humid a few weeks ago, I did notice that it would kind of come off on the areas where I got a bit sweaty. I know that's gross, sorry. But I noticed like on my upper lip where I get a bit sweaty, that's where it would just kind of come off the most, and it would also kind of fade away at my chin as well. But now that it's getting a bit cooler here in the UK, it has been staying put for a few hours. And I would say unless you've got a really hectic day planned, or unless you live somewhere where it's really hot, then this foundation should last for most of the day. I don't want to say all day because I definitely know products that last much better than this, like the Revlon Colorstay foundation and the Rimmel Lasting Finish foundation, but this one still lasts reasonably well. I do actually really like this foundation, and I have been reaching for it a lot. It's actually my favourite Revolution foundation so far. It lasts much better than their Fast Base foundation, but it looks a lot more natural than their Camouflage foundation. For me, this is like the perfect middle ground of the two. I feel like this has been a fairly quick video, but I think I've covered everything. If there's something I've missed, or if you have any other questions, just let me know in the comment section below. I always reply to my comments. I'll leave the link to the foundation drops in the description box below if you want to check it out. And I really hope you guys found this video helpful. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and I will see you very soon. Bye!
I went to a club, right? And they had no baggy pants and no sneakers. That was wild. I didn't know what to think about.